Industry is a huge source of water pollution. It produces pollutants that are extremely harmful to the people and environment. Many industrial facilities use fresh water to carry away the wastes from the plants into rivers, lakes, and oceans. Water pollution has many sources. The most pollutant of all of them is the city sewage and the industrial waste discharged into rivers. Industrial waste is defined as waste generated by manufacturing or industrial processes. The types of industrial waste generated include cafeteria garbage, dirt and gravel, masonry and concrete, scrap metals, trash, oil, solvents, chemicals, wheatgrass and trees, wood and scrap lumber, and similar wastes. Industrial solid waste, which may be solid, liquid, or gas held in containers, is divided into hazardous and non-hazardous waste. Hazardous waste may result from manufacturing or other industrial processes. Certain commercial products such as cleaning fluids, paints, or pesticides discharged by commercial establishments or individuals can be also defined as hazardous waste. Industrial waste has been a problem since the Industrial Revolution. It may be toxic, immutable, corrosive, or reactive. Some pollutants from industrial sources include asbestos, lead, mercury, nitrates and phosphates, oils, sulfur, and petrochemicals.
In the United States, hazardous waste generated by manufacturing industries has increased by 4.5 million tons since World War II. This comes to roughly 265 million tons overall.
Examples of these hazardous wastes are batteries, electronics, light bulbs, cleaning materials, and many more.
The waste contains chemical compounds that can make us sick and seep into our groundwater, which not only affects us but animals and crops as well.
Material from the land surface can move through the soil and end up in groundwater. This happens through contamination migration of leaking gas tanks, urban runoff, and airborne sulfur and nitrogen compounds formed by the industries.
Some of the waste generators are printing industries, paper industries, metal manufacturers, and chemical manufacturers.
Industries and manufacturers provide 12.75 million jobs for Americans. And although they are keeping our economy secure, they are polluting our water and putting our health in danger.
They produce acids, bases, waste inks, solvents, ink sludges, hydrocarbons, and reactive wastes. These pollute our water, which make it unsuitable for us to drink and diminishes aquatic life.
Industrial pollution from factories fill marine environments with harmful and chemical toxic waste. 87% of the world's oceans are dying, and this is a big reason why.
There's two types of industrial waste: dry cleaning fluids and embalming fluids.
Both of these are extremely harmful to humans and can poison us if we intake them through polluted water.
About how the industry generates plastic water bottles that affect the water. Polyethylene triflate is a thermoplastic polymer that can either be opaque or transparent, depending on its material composition. The PET has to be first polymerized to create long molecule chains. This can be a very difficult process because it can create many inconsistencies between one batch of PET and another. The first stage in bottle manufacturing is called
Stretch blow molding.
the PET is heated and placed into a mold, which is then called a parison. That parison is put into another mold, which is water bottle-like, and then a manger, which is a steel rod, is placed in the parison, exerting air pressure and heat, getting used to it, adapting to the second mold, and then this is when the process begins. Once the bottle is dried and set, it is ready to be removed from the mold. If there was a continuous molding process done before this, you might have to trim both of the bottles to be able to separate them. If not, the bottles are ready for transportation.
There are many ways to reduce waste in an industrial setting. Waste minimization includes any source reduction and recycling activity undertaken by a waste generator. These activities result in a reduction of waste produced or in a reduction of the toxicity of waste. Some of the waste reduction techniques are the change of the composition of the product to reduce the amount of waste resulting from the product's use, reduce or eliminate the hazardous materials that enter the production process, use technologies such as measuring and cutting to make changes to the production process, purchasing what is needed to avoid the waste, from an unwanted material, use good operating practices such as waste minimization programs, engagement, and personal practices, as well as less prevention and waste segregation. Some techniques for recycling are returning the waste to the original process, use the waste material as a raw material substitute, process waste material as a byproduct, as well as investigating contractors to recycle the waste material, advertise waste material, and reuse packaging such as bubble wrap, cardboard, or polyester.